Welcome back to our Dev Diary series of videos for Train Sim World 4, where we lift the lid on development of our latest installation of the Train Sim World franchise. Today we're going to be talking about new experiences, and boy did we have a lot of them when we were developing Train Sim World 4. We took road trips, we tried new things, and we can't wait to tell you all about them. So let's roll the tape.
For all of our products, it's really important for us to make sure that we give our players the best experience possible, and that starts with getting authentic and realistic source sounds. So for Train Sim World 4, we've actually had great opportunities to travel kind of all over the world to capture all of this audio. It started in Manchester for the Flying Scotsman, then we went to Edinburgh to get the Azuma, Austria, where Lucas managed to capture some audio for the Vectron, and then we've ended that with a trip to Los Angeles where we captured the F125 and the Rotems for the Antelope Valley.
We're here on the F125. We just got into the cab. 3 microphone setups today. Currently 21 degrees and it's only 9 AM. I'm definitely a Brit and I can't stand the heat. I'm doing alright actually.
The F125 up close was something I've never really experienced. I'm used to UK trains, so something big like that was, it was insane. It's such a big, heavy piece of machinery. You don't quite realise it until you're really up close just how mechanically complex they are.
So when you get up close to them, you kind of find yourself looking up at the locomotive and you're like, okay, wow, this is a large locomotive and you start thinking, right, how are we going to kind of record and capture everything that's there?
The types of sounds we want to get for a loco are just endless. Basically, every button, switch, lever, any interactable object inside the cab.
The run-in sounds, the horns are especially important to us, that make sure we get those right. We even use specialist microphones for that to make sure we capture kind of a nice wide sound, get some of the reverb captured that you kind of hear. We really drum down into everything and all those little details because we know that it's important to our players that we capture the right sounds at the right time and they play at the right time.
Another benefit of these trips is it's not just audio. The rail vehicle art team go out there on these trips as well, and they all take photographs. They'll take photographs the like of which you can't get online.
I am surveying the rolling stock. This includes exterior surveillance, interior. We're using a combination of traditional photography, 360-degree photography, video, anything that just is going to help our artists do a bang-up job when we get this stuff back to England. They're going to use this material as reference so that they can produce highly accurate 3D models. We'll also use it to make sure all of our livery details are correct, all of our decals are accurate, and that everything goes together much as it does the real thing.
The team took over 10,000 photographs just of those little bits of stock. Yeah, it's amazing, and that's just one of the trips they've done.
Working with Hitachi and LNER, they were really cooperative. They gave us some great access at the depot up in Edinburgh, and we've also had some great access to the Flying Scotsman. So yeah, it's been a really, really good year for us to get access to all of this stuff.
Getting new sounds, recording the sounds that are actually grounded in real life. When you come to editing them later on, really help, I feel, immerse you in the game experience, and I feel players will really get to immerse themselves in the game through the sounds that I've captured, which is something I really enjoy doing as a sound designer.
Music is really important to what we do. It sounds like a trivial thing. It's the menu music, how important can it be? But actually it sets the tone for the whole experience. It's going to set your mood as you come into the game and when you get into it. How do you feel rushed to get the music out of the way, or do you want to go into settings and turn it off? So actually our composer Ben has done such a tremendous job in creating music, and we wanted to create something different this year. I think that's come off really well.
The first thing I think about when approaching writing music for a game about trains, like Train Sim World 4 is, it's putting myself in the mindset of what I want people to feel when they're about to start playing in the game. I want to instill that feeling of impending excitement and the journey ahead, and I want to recreate that in a musical form where It starts off quiet and builds into a frenzy of excitement and anticipation as you decide where it is you want to go and the journey you want to take. For me, it's about creating a connection between humans and the experience you're about to have. And for me, the best way to do that is to use natural sounding instruments like violins and cellos and pianos. And, you know, we're very lucky with this soundtrack, for example, to have taken on a solo cello player and a solo violin player to really create that very intimate feeling as it builds and creates this big, exciting crescendo. Starting back with Train Sim World 3, when I was lucky enough to write the main menu music for that game, that was our first real foray into having proper custom music for one of our games. What I wanted to do with Train Sim World 4 is expand on that and make something bigger than we've ever done before. And actually for the first time, we've got a full-fledged actual soundtrack. That has connected really well with the players in the past, and I'm really excited to see how they react to everything we've got in store for them for Train Sim World 4.
But also then what can we do? We've got these amazing experiences that we're bringing into the game. The visuals that you'll see in the Antelope, Vorarlberg, and the East Coast Main Line. There's some really stunning moments there. And the scenarios that the gameplay team produced, they're becoming really great at creating moments in the scenarios. That, oh, this was the bit that, you know, where the trains crossed each other, or where you saw that beautiful vista.
So in Train Sim World 4, we're doing something we've not done before with music, which is creating moments within scenarios across all of our routes. Now what this actually is it's creating a moment for all the players in game where, I won't spoil exactly what they are now, but at prevalent moments throughout those experiences, music will play a key role in enhancing the experience.
One of the things that I'm really excited about that's happened in the development of Train Sim World 4 is how the team have been able to get out and visit the places, go visit the routes, go ride the trains, talk to people, the staff at the various operators that we're working with. They are fun, but they are very hard work.
The most unique and challenging aspects of capturing all this audio for TSW4 was just mainly the distance for Los Angeles, going out to LA, the stress that involved, but it's very different with something like an Azuma and something like an F125. An F125 being a diesel locomotive, you can play with it, I guess, while it's at the depot, while it's stationary. You can do that with an Azuma, but with an Azuma, they're an electric multiple unit. So when you want things like traction motor sounds and things like that, it actually has to be moving for us to be able to capture that stuff. So that's where it becomes difficult.
Luckily, like, everything worked out fine recording-wise. I think a GoPro fell off the window once, but that was about it. With LA in particular, there was a few times I had a shotgun mic ready to record, but whilst doing that, I had a helicopter fly over me, or we were next to a big motorway where there was really big American motorcycles. So there was actually often times where takes were ruined because of that. So after about the 5th or 6th helicopter, I just started recording them, because it's clearly the sound of LA. So I felt like we needed it. So if you hear some helicopters in game, those are actual LA helicopters.
I've been really lucky to be able to collaborate with so many members of the team, and it's really actually pushed me to try new styles and create soundtracks that are slightly outside of my comfort zone. There's lots to look forward to.
Train Sim World 4 for me, in 3 words, would be exciting, immersive, and unique.
Immersive, beautiful and powerful.
There's lots of grandeur and lots of scale and scope. There's quiet moments and there's epic moments, and I think there's a little bit of something for everybody.
You're gonna love it.
Composing music and jet setting abroad, all in a day's work for the Train Sim World 4 team, and we can't wait for you to try it on September 26, 2023 when it launches. You can pre-order it now on all platforms. You can pre-order the standard edition, the deluxe edition, or the special edition, and there are pre-order discounts available for all platforms. Next week, we'll be talking about new lands and new locos that you can explore with Train Sim World 4, but until then, I'll see you later.